What's going on, everyone? So this Jonathan Kuminga Golden State Warriors situation, it's a mess. And all they are doing is hurting Steph Curry, right? Like, Jonathan Kuminga is either A, going to just take the qualifier and then just, you're going to lose him for nothing, or B, he's going to take that, the 2-year deal, and then he's going to be trying to force you and push you into a trade, and you're going to have that cloud over your head all season long. You're going to have all that distraction, you have all that noise. He's going to be completely checked out because he's not even going to want to be there. All for what? All for what? So you can stick it to Jonathan Kuminga and go, haha, we showed you. It's foolishness at this point. You don't have the window to play around here. You have Jimmy Butler and Steph Curry, right? Who, as soon as the Warriors got Jimmy Butler, we're off to the races. If they don't get injured, if there's not the injury to Steph in that second round, that might have been incomplete. You might be in the conference finals, and who knows, maybe even in the NBA finals, right? But instead of looking at the situation and just going like, hey, sometimes it's best to just cut your losses, right? Like sometimes it doesn't work out, you take the L and you move on. But here's the thing, they wouldn't even be taking like a normal L. Right? It wouldn't even be like, oh, we just lost him, right? The Phoenix Suns package is actually like half decent. It's not great. Like neither package is great, but it's because you've done this to yourself. You put yourself in the position to where everybody knows that Jonathan Kuminga doesn't want to be there. You don't want Jonathan Kuminga, and this is going to end disastrous. So why would I pony up what I need to pony up when I might be able to just sign him for free next year if he takes the qualifying offer, and then good luck to you, right? The Sacramento Kings have upgraded their package to Malik Monk and then a protected, I think it's 2031st, right? Like, you're not going to get better than that. Malik Monk can actually be good for you off the bench as a scorer, as a bucket getter. When Steph needs nights off, you can go with, Malik Monk and he can go get you buckets, right? Like, again, he's comfortable coming off the bench, being that six-man role. You don't have to start him. You don't have to play him, alongside Steph and have this defensive inefficiency. But you can have him in moments, and you get a pick that now you can package, right? Malik Monk has value. Teams would probably love Malik Monk. Maybe you work out a 3-team trade. Maybe you kind of see, and how does it go? And if it doesn't work out, take Malik Monk and a first plus whatever else and go try to make a trade at the deadline. There's options and flexibility here. But at least you now have assets that you can turn around and make moves with, rather than being stuck in the mud and now being in the situation that's just, it's not good for anybody. And all that's happening is you're hurting the Steph the window of Steph. Like you have Gary Payton II, DeAnthony Melton, and Al Horford supposedly all just waiting on what's going to happen with Jonathan Kuminga. How long are they going to wait? Getting off of Jonathan Kuminga doesn't just mean you're getting off of Jonathan Kuminga and that's it, right? Let's say you do the Malik Monk trade. You do the Malik Monk and the first. Not only are you getting Malik Monk, but you're getting Al Horford, DeAnthony Melton, and Gary Payton II. Now it's a 4-for-1 swing instead, right? And you get an asset in the deal as well that you can now go use and trade and make a move. Right. And if DeAnthony Melton's great for you, now you can be more flexible and like maybe a Moody or, a Pod or something like that. And now you have the first, and it gives you options that now you can explore things, but also put you in a better position than you're in right now. Now, what happens if you pull off this sign and trade and now you miss out on all the, depending on how the Warriors proceed with the Jonathan Kuminga thing, they might not even be able to sign those guys. So now you did all this just to put yourself in a position where you can't even bring in these guys, and they were waiting for you. It's a mess for no reason, right? Even the Phoenix Suns package, I don't think is terrible. I mean, look, Nick Richards, I think is great. Like, they don't have a first, they're offering like 4 seconds, but like Nick Richards you could start Nick Richards, right? Like, you could literally, if you wanted to, go like Steph, right? Go Steph, Pod, Jimmy Butler, Draymond Green, and Nick Richards. And now you have like a legit center, right? Or have him come off the bench and now you have a legit center, right? You could have Post in the starting unit, or, you could even go with Post and Richards at times, right? And then plus they're also willing to give you, like a Grayson Allen or something that gives you like a defensive 3-and-D guy that could slot it. If you don't want him, then pick somebody else, right? The Phoenix Suns probably would give you some other pieces, but like, again, at least once again, you're getting assets. You're getting a guy and a Nick Richards that actually makes sense for your team, right? Like now you're getting, ask 3 or 4 seconds. You're getting assets that you can use to leverage to go make a move or go make a trade. Or maybe you are, again, taking Grayson Allen, but flipping him to another team with the 4 seconds and, maybe getting a player and a piece back, right? Like there's options for you to do and explore, but it's just kind of like, they're just like, no. Like we want to stick, like it feels like they're more concerned and more pressed about sticking it to Jonathan Kuminga and showing him than it is understanding the situation you're in and that you were a healthy Steph away from likely being in the conference finals and being a team that could have competed for an NBA championship, went on a crazy run, have 2 aging but still very good stars in Steph Curry and Jimmy Butler and Draymond, right? Draymond's still in the conversation, right? Like, and instead of looking at the situation and going like, hey, we're in this position, like, again, cut our losses, take the best package available, take the best trade available, get off it, move on, rather than having this hang over your head all season long. And Jonathan Kuminga is now, becoming an issue and he's throwing and pouting on the bench. And now you're going to get even less at that point because one, he's not going to have the contract. Like if he takes the qualifying offer, I think it's like just under $9 million, right? Now you can't, now at the trade deadline, if you want to go and trade him, you're not going to be able to get the return that you could get right now. You can't even, like, now you're like, hey, fine, we'll take Malik Monk in a first. Now you can't even do that anymore because, they can't do that. It makes no sense to me that they're trying to just, again, and look, maybe things will change. Still 2 months or, a month and a half away from training camp. So maybe it's just their hardball stance right now. Maybe they're just kind of trying to play the firm, like, hey, bring your better offers. That's not enough, right? The negotiation tactics, that could be a possibility. Sure. And if that is the case and they end up making the trade and the Sacramento Kings end up landing Jonathan Kuminga and, the Warriors end up with Malik Monk and a first, cool, perfect, right? Maybe this video ages poorly and I'm just like, great, they did it. But there's also the potential that it doesn't. There's also the potential that it ages exactly how we think it's going to age. And they don't make the trade. He either takes the qualifying offer, or he takes the 2 years, and then they're going to try to trade him at the deadline. And at that point, right, teams aren't like, if you're Sacramento, you might have already done other things. Even if you're interested in him, why would I give you what I was offering in the offseason? Like to have him for half a season, and then also I could just lose it for basically a year and a half. Right? Like it's foolishness at this point. And I just think the Warriors need to they need to get it done. Get it done, move off it, clean, clear. It sucks that he didn't work out the way that you want to do. Part of that is the Warriors' fault, right? Part of that, I think, is Steve Kerr's fault. Part of it is Kuminga. He did have his inconsistencies and stuff, but it also is hard when you don't know, like, what your role is, right? Like, again, if you just watch Warriors games, his role is all over the place. Some nights they want him to be the first or second best player out there. He'll go and drop 25 and look every bit the part. And then the next game, he's getting like a DMP or he's coming off the bench and playing 10 minutes, right? He's all over the place. How do you find consistency when you're not even getting consistency yourself, right? But anyway, as always, this is a discussion. Pass a question to you. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments. That being said, if you haven't liked this video, hit that like button. Helps me a lot, so we enjoy these types of videos, and I truly appreciate it. Not subscribe channel, hit that subscribe button, turn on the bell notifications. Appreciate y'all. See you in the next one.